Find the corresponding limit of e raised to the negative 7x to the 4 as x approaches infinity. There are several ways of understanding this problem. Way number 1, e to the minus 7x to the 4 can be written as 1 over e to the 7x to the 4. Thus, the limit of e to the minus 7x to the 4 as x approaches infinity can be written as the limit of 1 over e to the 7x to the 4 as x approaches infinity. At infinity, x to the 4 goes to the infinity, so you need to check it step by step. 7x to the 4 also goes to infinity. Exponential function raised to the infinity, plus infinity, that's important, also goes to infinity. Thus, we have a constant 1 that is divided by huge, infinitely large numbers. And the answer is 0. What happens when you divide by the biggest numbers you know? You get the smallest number you know. Just a quick note, this equality actually is wrong. You're not supposed to write this. But it's a nice mnemonic way to remember things. Just a helpful note, I guess. So the answer is 0, and kind of you can move on to the next homework. But maybe you stay a little bit and see other approaches. You can also see it this way. What happens, you can imagine that this part, negative 7x to the t, we can call it t or u. Let's call it u actually, I like it. It's kind of like u substitution idea. If u is negative 7x to the 4, then what happens as x goes to infinity, u goes to, correct, negative infinity, right? So now we just need to figure out what is happening with e at negative infinity. I mean, it is 0, e to the u, right? E to the u is e to the negative infinity. It is 0, but how do we know? Maybe you remember the graph of the function. E to the u looks like this. E to the u. On the right, it goes up, up, up to plus infinity. On the left, it doesn't go down, down, down to minus infinity. It shrinks to 0. And that's what we're looking at. Because u goes to plus infinity to the right, and u goes to minus infinity to the left. So because of the horizontal asymptote that exponential functions have, I know that the answer is 0 here on the left. Exponential function shrinks to 0. And another way is called numerical sense. Let's just plug numbers and see the pattern. It's kind of the least reliable method, but it works fine if you really understand what is happening. What is e to the negative 7 times, let's say, 100 raised to the 4? Plug it in your calculator. Is this number big or small? Then you will see that it is small. Now your goal is to see the pattern. Is it getting bigger or smaller? Well, the larger the negative exponents are, the smaller the answer is. And at some point, if you plug some really big exponent and raise it to 4 and multiply by negative 7, e to all of that becomes as small as 0, approaches 0. So the answer is 0.